Have you ever felt like you're talking to your partner, pouring out your feelings, but when you finish, nothing changes? He says he's listening, but the silence that follows feels like betrayal. It's like your voice doesn't seem to matter at all. Let me share some stories that might sound familiar. 1. The silent nodding. Emma had been trying to tell her boyfriend, Tom, how she was feeling. She was overwhelmed with work and needed emotional support. Tom, I'm struggling, she said one evening. I need more connection. Tom nodded. Yeah, I get it. But that was it. He went back to his phone. For weeks, Emma tried to talk about her needs, but Tom never responded. It wasn't that Tom didn't care, it was that he wasn't actively listening. He wasn't engaging with her feelings, and slowly, Emma started feeling invisible. 2. The one-way street. David and Hannah had been together for 5 years, but lately, their communication felt one-sided. When Hannah tried to talk about her stressful day at work, David would immediately shift the conversation to his own issues, his boss, his friends, his plans. One night, Hannah broke down and said, David, I just need someone to listen. He nodded but continued talking about himself. David wasn't a bad guy, he just didn't recognize that when one person is constantly talking about themselves, the other feels invisible. 3. The distraction game. Mia knew something was off with her boyfriend, James. When she tried to talk about a family issue that had been bothering her for weeks, James would glance at his phone, then say, Yeah, I hear you, before going right back to scrolling. Mia couldn't help but feel like she was speaking into the void. She tried talking to him more, but every time, he was distracted by something else. The message was clear. Mia wasn't important enough to warrant his full attention. It was a betrayal of trust. 4. The cycle of repetition. Sarah had been repeating herself for months. Every time she'd bring up something that bothered her, like Jake forgetting plans or not helping with chores, he'd apologize, then do the same thing again. Why am I even saying this? She thought. She was starting to feel like a broken record. This repetitive cycle took its toll. 5. The dismissal. Lily had a moment of realization one evening after expressing her frustration with Alex. I don't feel supported, she said. I need you to be more present. Alex's response? You're overreacting, followed by a dismissive, it's not a big deal. This emotional dismissal hurt more than anything. So, what now? If any of these stories hit close to home, it's time to evaluate your relationship. If your partner isn't actively listening to you, then the connection is slowly eroding. Active listening is the foundation of trust and respect. If you're not getting that, it's time to take a closer look at why. Subscribe to Cheat Chronicles for more such insights.